Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back. This evening I'm going to be revisiting an old favorite, and that is Kitty's Bubbles Purple Grapefruit. If you've seen the channel before, if you've been watching this for a little bit, you know how much I love this scent and this soap. This is also my middle son's favorite soap and scent as well. So, gotta use some Kitty's Bubbles. Now the brush this evening is going to be a brush from Hendrix Classics & Company. It's their white handle. I'll be doing a giveaway for one of these a little later on, so stay tuned for that. Lather has been whipped up beautifully in the copper Captain Choice bowl, one of my favorite bowls here. The eraser, I'm gonna go with something I don't use very frequently, and that is the Parker adjustable injector. Now for me, I prefer this on setting 5. It's still a little mild, but not bad. This is 24 hours worth of growth. You can probably see my lighting. See a little growth there. So I used the Chevette yesterday. So now I'm gonna go for something a bit more mild in the injector. I also face lathered with my Omega Mixed Midget. That is a boar and badger mixed knot. Great knot, tiny handle. I'm still trying to break in the boar on that brush. Had a little bit of irritation down here in my neck. Now, as far as this brush, as I mentioned, this is from Hendrix Classics & Company. I have a couple of these, as well as the black candle that he offers. This knot is a lot, has less backbone than the black one. Here's my black one. This has more backbone, a little stiffer. This doesn't have a lot of as much backbone, but it still splays very easily. You can see there it splays nice. Enough backbone that you can do a nice face lather, bowl lather. Great little brush if you like to for travel or anything, or a backup, or just getting into the hobby. Anyway, there'll be a giveaway video with that later on. Not this video, but it's coming down the road. And then I have, I think, 3 of those, and I have 3 of the black ones, and then some soap, all from Hendrix. Pete Hendrix was very generous enough to send a bunch of stuff to give away. So here we go. Parker adjustable. This is the V1. You can tell doesn't have the Parker on there. So a little slick on the backside, but knurling on here is nice. Don't know what use blade this is. It's tugging a little bit, so I might need to change that after the shave. This is the blade that comes with the Parker. Not the one that came in it, but one that came with it. And I have used it a few times. So let's change out the blade at least once. Like I said, this is a mild razor, but it's efficient enough that I'm not getting a lot of blade feel, but I am seeing hairs coming off the lather, and it's rinsing off nicely. Kitty's Bubbles, again, in my opinion, kind of underappreciated soap. You don't see a whole lot of it used that much. But it's a phenomenal soap. If you haven't used Kitty's Bubbles, I highly recommend it. Parker, so far on the first pass, not bad. It's, like I said, it's definitely on the mild side. You don't get a lot of blade feel. The efficiency, it's more efficient than like a Tech. Or let's put the mildness as kind of close to a Gillette Tech. Or maybe even the Game Changer, where you get a little bit of, no, I mean a little bit, teeny blade feel if you're off a little bit as far as the angle is concerned. But it's efficient. So you can definitely know it's cutting. I'd say if I had to compare this to another modern SE or Injector, that'd be the Supply. This weighs a lot more than this. Plate 2 is probably similar to that of the Plate 5 on this. Or not Plate 5, setting 5. I think in my first time I used this on video, I mentioned setting 6, but this was up to 5. Not sure you can hear that feedback, but you can definitely tell it is cutting. Feels a lot better after the second pass. Still rinsing off beautifully here as well. Katie's Bubbles never fails to provide a great lather or shave. And purple grapefruit is lavender and grapefruit. And as a night shaver, I love lavender. Lavender's just a good scent anyway. Brush here, the handle is comfortable. I tend to hold mine down here at the very bottom, just use my fingertips a little bit. As I mentioned, the knot is very soft. Sprays easily. But it also whipped up this lather with a hard Katie's Bubbles soap very nicely in the bowl. And I have face lather with it, as well as the other one as well. I'll talk about the other one in a later video. Now, I understand that Parker has released a version 2 of their injector. From what I can tell, seems like they have improved the loading mechanism, and this is a little stiff. And they've changed the settings on the lower end to be a little bit more aggressive or more efficient. Setting 1 and 2 on this are pretty much non-existent for me. They are far too mild for my growth. So I don't even try anything with 1, 2, and even 3. Kind of 4 and 5 is where this lives for me. On the newer one, the V2, you know, I might be able to get away with a 2. Probably could do a 1. And also one thing they did on the V2 is they put Parker laser etch on the handle as well to kind of add a little bit more grip on that backside, I guess. So with this one for me, definitely need to do a little bit more skin stretching than others because it is more mild. And even more skin stretching than I do with like a Chevette. I don't need to puff out my cheeks with the Chevette and I get it really close on here. But with this, I had to do that a little bit. But what is nice is like the hollows, I can get the hollows of my neck a little easier. Definitely buffing helps. Now with the bubbles, that just looks up, you can buff easily. Yeah, I'm gonna go over a couple layers again. Don't want to do that too much, I have a little bit of irritation. But we will go back over the cheeks in this part. You know, I was hoping with the V2 that would make the higher end a little bit more aggressive as well. The plate 2 on the supply for me is still a little too mild. The shade doesn't last nearly as long as it does with some of my other razors. But plate 3 is, this becomes a shock to a lot of people, a little bit too aggressive. I say that because I don't mind blade feel, but I don't like unnecessary blade feel if it's not efficient. It's a lot of blade feel that's not comfortable on plate 3. At least not for me. Now, I'm sure if I used it more, I could probably get used to that blade feel on the supply, but it's not mine. It is going to go back to its rightful owner before too long. Did I open up that a little bit? Can't tell. Had a bump right here I opened up yesterday. All right, that definitely got some stuff there. I'm not going to chase the dragon. I don't want to cause any irritation. So we're gonna call that good. Just do a quick little rinse. Now that was an okay shave. Case bubbles, never disappoints. At least not to me. I think it's a phenomenal soap, one that I thoroughly enjoy using. I haven't used for a little bit, I'm not sure why. So many other soaps that I've just used and like, oh, I'm use this in 6 months or whatever it is. And so I use other soaps. I was looking today going, what should I use? I saw Case Bubbles and said, hey, I haven't used that for a while. Why not use the Case Bubbles? All right, so that, other than right here, a little bit of, and right here, I don't want to chase that dragon because like I said, I had a little bit of irritation last night right there. Pretty close. Not the closest you've ever gotten. But if your hair is not as thick as mine or doesn't grow as fast, Parker Injector, definitely a nice option. Or if you want something, if you have a bad rough shave, you need something a little bit more mild, definitely a good option there is a Parker. You can tone it down. Like I said, for me, 3 is about as low as I would consider going, because all that does is lowers the centerpiece here, decreases the blade exposure. But anyway, phenomenal shave. I'm just gonna clean up everything off camera, finish off with just the witch hazel, and that's about it. And do that all off camera when you see that. Anyway, before I get too long and keep rambling, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all next time.